Hello, I'm LaShawn, and I am making this video, one of many. This video is going to be about my trip to Japan and how much I enjoyed it or did not. Um, this video is not just for you to decide whether or not you'll go to Japan, because it's good for you to know what to expect, but also because I want to look back at my memories. I regret not doing this for France, as I'll say again later on. I wish that I did it while I took pictures and vlogged, things like that. I really wish that I did that instead of, because I wanted to know how it felt being in that moment and recording shortly thereafter instead of months later and saying, oh yeah, I remember this happened and that happened. So anyway, so this is for not just you, but it's really for me. Okay. So let me tell you, I went to Japan with my niece and my sister, and we left from LAX. So from here, we traveled over to there on Tuesday, and Wednesday morning we got on the plane, and we took that 11-hour haul over there. But let's back up a little bit. From here to LAX, we went on Spirit Airlines. Now, there was a movie about this airlines with Kevin Hart. What was it? Ghetto Airlines, Uncouth. I can't remember the name of it. Definitely, the Spirit of God wasn't that airline. Okay, this airline was the most. Not the airline. Let's just say my experience with not receiving not even a drink of water. Water, okay? We were thirsty, no nothing. You pay for everything. I'm surprised we didn't have to pay for the seatbelt, okay? But anyway, we went over there on the Spirit Airlines, and then the next day we caught JAL, Japan Airlines, for that 11-hour hike. And we stayed there from Wednesday until Tuesday of last week, and it was an amazing time. It's good to be in another country outside and be around people who aren't like the people that you're used to being around. I can say that Japan is very quiet, very, very, very clean. Everything was clean. The food was different. My sister was looking for she was looking for fried rice, Chinese food. We were looking, Japan has a lot of noodles. So we didn't get any rice. We did go to Burger King, and it was so hilarious because as we ate the food, the Burger King food, we were like, it's okay. It's just missing something. And then we thought about it later on. Yeah, it's missing additives and preservatives. That's what it's missing. So that's why it doesn't have that extra taste. So we were actually eating the food that we should be eating versus the additives and the preservatives and the food coloring and all that other good stuff that we have here in the United States. That was the difference. But anyway, we went there and we toured. We went all over the place. My niece was she was the what do you call it? If it wasn't for her, my sister and I would still be in Tokyo Station, because we had no idea where we were going. And my niece, she had it all mapped out. She knew what train to catch where. You know, we did Ubers, we did trains, we got on the bullet train. I'll talk about all of that at a later time. But for this video in particular, I just wanted to touch on two things. With the first being my room, and I'll insert that clip right here. Hi, welcome. I'm overjoyed with being here in Japan. I don't know what to do with myself. We flew in last night, and really, it's just unbelievable. Our skyline in Baltimore or New York skyline is probably like 10% of Japan's skyline. It is unbelievable. It is absolutely amazing. I was actually overwhelmed while filming it. I have like 2 minutes and 47 seconds of just the skyline. So 2 minutes and 47 seconds is a very long time for filming of a skyline. It should be over in no more than 30, I say 30 seconds, and that's just like slowly panning. But this was 2 minutes, and there's like buildings upon buildings. But anyway, thank you for coming along. I wanted to share my journey with everyone because Japan is just awesome. I so regret filming France. I regret not doing that also, but here we are today. So let me just give you a quick showing of my room. It's like this big. So this is the door. And let's see, this would be the where I'm holding my clothes, where I'm hanging my clothes. Really small, really small. And then this is the desk area, really small, right? And then let me see if I can show you the actual bedroom, well, the space where I will be laying my head. Let's see. That would be here. So again, this would be the desk area, and this is the bed. Very small, but efficient at the same time. And this is the bathroom. Open out. This is, which I love. I can show you. The bidet. Thank you very much. And here is the shower. Awesome. Look how deep the tub is. Right? This is here, the water. It says clean water so I can drink it, and I did. It didn't taste too bad, but hi y'all. And this is my setup in here. I love the toilet, again, because you can warm it up. According to this, you can make it however warm you want it. I love it. So this is my room. This is where I'm staying for now. And I'm going to try to take as much pictures, as many videos as I possibly can without offending, because I found out that you cannot do that without the permission of the people around you. So it's me, my sister, and my niece. We will be here vacationing, and can't wait to show you the rest of what's going on here. This is my vacation. This is my gift to myself, my second gift to myself for graduating, turning 50, and enjoying everything, okay? Okay? All right. Thank you. Bye. Okay, so you saw the room, and I have to tell you, the hotel we stayed in was absolutely wonderful. It was very clean. I have no complaints, and my family knows when we go any place, when we go to any hotel, they know I'm ripping sheets off. I'm looking, I got the little light trying to see if I see any bed bugs, any hair, any stains. None of that happened here. So you know it had to be a good hotel. I loved it because in Japan, they use the two different slippers, and my friends and my family, they make fun of me because I have so many pair of slippers. And I believe that when you get out the shower, you should have your shower slippers. I believe you should have your slippers for maybe walking upstairs only. You should have slippers for downstairs. And maybe you should even have a pair of slippers that you're wearing around the house, and you might step out on the porch and then you come back in. I don't know. But I do think that you should have at least two I want to say 3 pair of slippers. Anyway, they gave you disposable slippers. So anytime you step up, this is what I was told. Anytime you step up, that means you should be taking your shoes off or changing the what you have on your feet. So we had the slippers for the bathroom when you get out the shower, when you walk into that place, and then we had slippers that you could tell were used by previous guests, not because it was tattered or anything like that. It was just reusable slippers. They had the spray for it and everything like that, and they looked leathery and they were soft, and you had several pairs of those. And then every time they would come to change your room, they would give you a new pair of they would give you a new pair of disposable slippers. They would give you a new toothbrush with a small tube of toothpaste every time, every night, so you weren't using the same toothbrush. They gave you the option to get the disposable brush. The disposable brush is so cute. I had to do this video 2 times, so I wanted to open it up fresh the first time, but the first video had no sound, so that's why this is already open. But this is the brush that they give you. This is the brush they give you, and that's really nice. And they give it to you in a bag. And this is the name of the hotel we stayed at. It was a very clean hotel. They had 3 magnets that you would put on the door that you had to tell them what you wanted done. So this had to be done by 11 o'clock the next day, what type of service you wanted. So you maybe you didn't want them to come in at all. And in that case, they would put the towels and toothbrush and anything else, they would stick in the bag and stick it on your handle. And I'll enter that picture right here. And I'll enter that picture right here. And then there was another magnet that said, hey, you can change my sheets. No, the other magnet said, leave me alone. That was that one. And then there was another one that said you can come in and you can change the sheets and you can just clean up everything. So I appreciated that I had the option. I didn't hang nothing on the door. I just stuck it on the doorknob in that nice little cute tote. I love that a lot. Japan it's quiet, and it was like a cultural shock for me because I'm not used to it being so quiet when it's a lot of people around. And it was like I literally felt like it was millions and millions of people on the street while we were shopping or while we were just walking around, and it was quiet. And I was like, is something about to pop off? I don't know. I live, well, I'm from Baltimore, and not too far from the city line. So I'm just trying to figure out, what's about to happen. It was too quiet, but it wasn't eerily quiet. It was just quiet, and everybody minds their business. It was just amazing to me, and I feel like this is one of the reasons why I feel like people should travel outside of their country just to see how they're living, what they're used to. So when we're loud and yelling here and they're looking like, what's going on? And it scares them, it's because they're not used to hearing loud noises, So that was really nice. That was really nice. Yeah, so the dwellings there are very small, just so you know. And I am one who I love a lot of room. I don't like walls. I like a lot of space. With me and my tiny self, I like a lot of space. And there it wasn't like that. And even with my room, it was sufficient, and there was no complaints. That was the shocker for me, because when I first came in, I was thinking, wait, like, how am I supposed to get in the bed? Until my sister said, stand up and walk over to the bed. And I was like, oh, stand on top? Okay. And so I did it, and then everything was fine. but yeah, it just helped me to see that, you don't have to have a whole bunch of space to be, comfortable. And that bed was absolutely comfortable. The mattress was good. The pillow was nice. I don't know if it was feathers in it, or I don't know what it was, honestly, but it didn't feel like a regular pillow, but it sure was comfortable. And then even in the bathroom, that tub was so big, and I'm short, so lifting my legs up to go into that deep tub, I don't know if I don't think I showed it good enough for you to understand, but we had a little fight every day, me and this tub, because lifting my leg up and trying to get in there was something else. But I really did appreciate it. At the end of the day, I'm joking. I loved the hotel. I liked Japan a lot. I did. So I wanted to talk about that part, just knowing that this grandiose things, even though the buildings are beautiful and they're huge and it's a lot of it, there's not this grandiose, the big pictures here and the big headboards here and the big chairs here. There's none of that, none of that. And that's what I'm used to here. But I like that it wasn't like that. It was a nice change of pace. So yeah. The second thing that I wanted to talk about was when I went over there would be people who would want to take, Japanese people would want to take pictures of us and maybe play in my hair, ask if they could touch my hair, things of that nature. And so we were actually looking, we were like, okay, so we prepared ourselves for that. And one day, my sister and we were walking back. This may have been like I don't know, this is like the second or third day, probably the second day, because we had been out a lot, by that time. So I want to say the third day. And so my sister says to me, as we're walking back from this store, I don't know the name of it. I'm going to insert the name of it. But this store is like a Walmart, Target, Dollar Tree, Dollar General, Sephora, Ulta, uh, anything that you need, this is what that store is, okay? And so we were just coming out of it, and we were just like, it's not so bad here. We have yet to see, well, she says, we have yet to see someone who, gave us a strange look, or who had gave us attitude, rolled their eyes, or then wanted to take pictures of us and or touch our hair. And as she's saying that, can't talk but so quick. As soon as she said it, there was this older Japanese man, and he's just giving us this eye, like he was angry with us. He looked at us like we were like the scum of the earth. He had so much hatred for us, and you could see it. It was intense. And so when she said that, I said, yeah, except for him. She was like, yeah, just him. We just, of course, as soon as she said it, then here he comes. And as he's looking at me like that, I'm looking at him. You want to look at me like that, I'm going to look at you like, ugh, like I don't want to see you either. And so I'm like getting all upset. And my sister's like, remember, we are not at home. We are in Japan. So you might want to get it together. Don't give attitude, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, okay, whatever, but if he want to smoke, I got it. I'm for it. I'm laughing about it, but I was dead serious at the time. So anyway, we get in the hotel room, and I'm thinking about that, and I'm like, what would have happened if I did bring him smoke? If I gave him my attitude, and I'm like, that's just simply not the way you're supposed to be. Just because he has a problem with you, that's his problem. It's not my problem. And so I was just kind of trying to figure out what, in that instance, what would have been a better response: to ignore him, or just to I don't know. I was just that night. It was really heavy on my mind. What would have been a better response than to frown my face up at him, blah blah blah. So the next day, we go to this beautiful, beautiful park. And it's just absolutely wonderful. It's huge. This is where the cherry blossoms are. It's huge. And there's people laying out, you know, on the grass and with the blankets, and there's kids running around, and it's just absolutely wonderful. And again, it's too many people. It's thousands of people, and it's quiet, which I'm still trying to get my head around, like, why is it so quiet? You know, but anyway, you know how you used to seeing people face all mean and bent up all the time, like where I'm from, and then when they all happy, like, what you happy for? Like, it's a problem when really it's a good thing. Like, it's a good thing it's quiet. I don't need to hear yelling and all this other crap. But anyway, so we go to this park, and then one of these places, my niece and my sister and I, we want to take a picture together instead of someone holding their hand out to take the picture, or me. You know, we wanted someone to take a picture of us. So my niece asked, the man said, okay, let's take this picture. So he took so many pictures of us, and the lighting wasn't our friend. And I really wanted to show you the picture because I wanted you to see what I'm getting ready to tell you happened. So as the picture was so blurry, though, it's like I honestly believe that the angels had their arms around us and protecting us, because there's no reason why it's blurry just across us and everything else is fine. That makes no sense. But anyway, so we're standing there, the guy's taking, I'm trying to, you know, move over this way, turn this way, whatever. And so I look, and as I'm looking, there's this another older Japanese fella who's mean mugging the crap out of us, just like he really did not like us at all. And so I was reminded of the conversation that I had with the Lord the night before. And I said to myself, self, you will not give him the same look. You're going to give him opposite of what he's giving you. And that's a smile. So when he said, say cheese, this man, I gave the biggest cheese, and I just looked at him, and all of the different poses, I'm just staring at him, cheese, I'm just looking, cheese. I just really wanted him to see me. I wanted him to understand that I saw the look that he was giving me, and I wanted him to understand that I was going to smile at him, even if what he saw in me was disgusting or was making him angry. I wanted him to know I was still going to have joy, and I would even spread that joy if I could. And so what do you think he did when I smiled at him for that many pictures, for that? My smile was this big, gums, everything was showing. What do you think he did? He smiled back. Not only did he smile back, he chuckled. And then he looked on as we took our pictures, and then he left. And that was it. I want to say we were the only Black people that were in that park that day. Yeah, we were the only Black people that I saw that day. And yeah. So that was amazing to me. Also, what was very amazing to me, and I'll touch on this in a later video, what was so hilarious to me was every time I saw a Black person, I was like overjoyed. And you know what they say is, Americans, we have no problem with walking up to you and talking to you. Whereas in other countries, you have to be careful, because it's like you're in my space. Like, I don't know you. You have to stand, ask me if you can talk to me. So we were walking on some street. I'll talk about this later on, but I saw this Black guy, and I was like, hi, and I ran over to him, and he was like, what do you want? Like, he was giving me the look like, are you crazy? And so I was like, how are you? My name is LaShawn. What is your name? Where are you from? Do you live here? No, I think the first thing I asked him was, do you live here? And he was like, no, I'm working here. And it was funny. Very shortly after, he simmered down, and I could see that he was softening up a lot. And I was just telling him I was happy to see him, you know. And I was laughing because as we walked away, he was on the phone. So first of all, he was like, this rude woman, first of all, I'm on the phone and she's coming up here yelling in my face saying, hey, hi, blah, 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 blah. But I was just, overall, I was just happy to see him. We went on another, we went to Mount Fuji. I'll show you those in another video also. And we got on the bus and I'm walking and I see a bus, like the middle section was black people, a lot of us, not a lot of us, but enough of us. And I walked up and I was like, hey, y'all, how y'all doing? It was like, hey, hey. I was so happy. I was like, where y'all from? They were from the United States. Yes, I was so happy because that means there was no language barrier. Even though the other guy, he was from Tanzania, there was no language barrier either. So, but at least my mannerisms, they gave me the same energy that I gave them. So that was really cool. Anywho, that is all I wanted to talk to you guys about. Um, the small size of the bedroom and just the smaller things, the smaller ceilings. And if you want to feel like a giant and you're short like me, go to Japan because you will feel tall in every room you're in. You're going to feel tall. And I did feel tall, except for with that bathtub, and we had to duke it out because it wouldn't shrink and I wasn't shrinking either. So needless to say, you know, well, the tub won the battle anyway. So I just want to talk to you about that. I want to talk to you about being black in Japan. And although we just had those two experiences, the first older Japanese guy and the second Japanese guy. Outside of that, no problem at all. We spoke to every black person we saw and they spoke back and they had the same smile that we had, and it was nice. So will I go to Japan again? No, but I do recommend everyone go at least one time, just so you'll know. So you're not walking around looking for the fried rice like my sister, you know, and they got noodles, and she's like, you know, I just want some Saku Japan. She was looking for that or some shrimp fried rice, you know, from round the way, but they didn't have it. They didn't have it. They just had the noodles. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. I guess I should tell you to thumbs up this video. I'm not sure, and I always want to do this thumbs up thing. I'm joking. But subscribe, I guess. But this is really, honestly, this is for me, so I can look back and look at my memories and just say, hey, I remember when I, you know, just came back from Japan and I was feeling this way and that way. That was a wonderful experience to just go out of the country again and just experience a whole new land, a new landscape. The air smelled different. The food, of course, with minus the preservatives and the additives that made it taste here taste so yummy. Back, you know, and over there it was bland, which is how really it should be. Missing the sodas, the soda machines here, and seeing just a couple. And a can of creamy butter, by the way. I guess that's a snack or a nice drink. I don't know. Either way, thank you for watching. And I'll be on TikTok and let's see, YouTube, TikTok, IG under Simply LaShawn or Shawnee, I believe. Thank you for watching. Bye.